the one, the only Benzion.
Welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun Benzion. Today's daf is Benzion Gittin, daf Nun Tet, number 59. On Amud Beis, the Gemara discusses, really starts from the Mishnah on the bottom of Nun Tet and Aleph, that when you go to shul, right? When you go to shul, there's an order of aliyahs. The Kohen comes first, then the Levi's number 2, and the Yisrael's number 3. That's the order on Monday and Thursdays. Also Shabbos afternoon, Shabbos day, all the other aliyahs are Yisrael. But it's always the Kohen and Levi come first. And the reason, the Gemara brings 4 different drushes, 4 different sources, that Kohen comes first. Now the 2 first sources derive it. It says, Vayid al-Kohanim b'nei Levi. Gave it to Kohanim from the family of Levi, the children of Levi. The Gemara asks, of course, if they're Kohanim from the family of Levi. Tell you, no, first comes the Kohen, Ella, Kohen Reisha Hadar Levi. First comes the Kohen, then the Levi. And it's similar pasuk to the second source. Then the Gemara brings 2 other sources. How do you know the Kohen comes first? The third source, Aaron was the Kohen. He's separate. He's Kedusha. It doesn't say anything about the Levium. It says he's the first. And then the next part of Kidashto, which is also about Kohanim. Kidashto, you have to give Kedusha to the Kohanim. Now, the difference between the first 2 drashas and the second 2 drashas is that, according to the first 2 drashas, it says Kohen V'Hadar Levi, meaning it sounds like Kohen is first and Levi is second. Second place is an award also. If you go to the Olympics, there's the gold medal, the silver medal. Israel, they get the bronze medal. So the Levi is second place is pretty good. But according to the second 2 drashas, there's no reason that a Levi should be given the second. It doesn't say it. There's no reason from the pasuk. It's just telling you the Kohen comes first. So according to the second 2 drashas, why is it the Levi comes after him? So you're forced to say the Levi is not. Second place is not an honor. You go to anywhere in this world, no one wants to be second place. The worst, it's better to be third place than second place. When you finish a competition second place, you feel pretty bad about it, honestly. Second place is the worst place to finish because you were so close to winning, but you didn't win it. And it's gonna, you get to the championship game, you lose the championship game. Chris Webber doesn't talk about it till this day. When he called that timeout with Michigan in the 90s, in the early 90s, Chris Webber will never talk about that. He made called a timeout. They didn't have a timeout. He lost the game for them in Michigan in the finals, NCAA tournament. So second place is terrible. Horrible to be in second place. First place is the best, but it's better almost to be in third place to be in second place. Honorable mention is better than second place. Second place sticks with you, and the reason Levium got the honor, because really the main drasha is Vikidashto. You look all over, that's the reason the post Gemara Vikidashto. The reason Levi comes second is because it's an honor to the Kohen. The Levium, right, Kohanim from Shevet Levi. The rest of Shevet Levi who are not Kohanim, right, they get certain presents, they get certain Matnos Levium, right, they get Ma'aser Rishon. But the reason they get honored is because of their association with the Kohanim. They're from the same tribe that Kohanim are. The Kohanim are the best, you have to honor the Kidashto. They're from the same tribe. So the reason Levi comes second, because I believe even the last 2 drashas agree with the first 2 drashas, but because the last 2 drashas only talk about the Kohen, you're forced to say that when it says V'Hadar Levi, it's not because Levi second place is a good thing. Levi is second place. It's because the Levium are there to service the Kohanim. The Levium, right? They go wash their hands before Duchanim. The Levium are honored in their association with Kohanim, right? When you're next to an important person, you feel honored that you're talking to the famous person, or you get a picture, a selfie with the first famous person. Being in the presence or having a close relationship with someone who's important makes you feel important. But it's not your own importance. It's all due to the person who's important. So the Levium, being from the same tribe as the Kohanim, gave them importance. It's sort of honoring the Kohanim by giving the Levi the second position. That's when it says Kohen V'Hadar Levi. Levi is just because it's additional honor to the Kohen, that they should have a backup. The Levi, it's sort of from the family that Kohanim come from. Levi does. And that's why the halacha is, the famous halacha, the Gemara says towards the bottom of Nun Tet Amud Beis, right? If there's no Kohen, Nisparda Chavila. If there's no Kohen there, so Nisparda Chavila. Rashi gives 2 explanations. It basically means, according to either explanation, the Levi loses the place as being the top. He doesn't go to being number 1, right? The first person who reads can either be only Yisrael, according to one explanation, or the second explanation in Rashi could be either a Levi or Yisrael, but the Levi has no Kedima to Yisrael. When there's a Kohen, the Levi gets his reward to be second because of the presence of the Kohanim, because he's associated with the Kohen that's present. If there's no Kohanim, the Levi have no honor. They're not any better than Yisrael. They're not any better than Yisrael because there's no association with the Kohanim. There's no Kohanim there, then they get no honor. they're only honored through being associated with the Kohanim. And therefore, there's a famous takana, right? That originally, Ma'aser Rishon was supposed to be given to the Levium. Ezra came along and punished the Levium, and he gave Ma'aser Rishon to the Kohanim, because essentially, how could he do that? How could he take something that Torah rightfully gives to the Levium and he gives it to the Kohanim? Because essentially, the only reason Levium get things is because they're associated with the Kohanim. They made a mistake. So really, technically, in theory, really it belongs to the Kohanim. The only reason Levium get honor is because they come from the same family as Kohanim. They're part of the family, right? If you're in the family of a very famous person, so you get honor because you're part of that family. So it's not good to be second place. Second place is not a good thing. Because you're related to that person, you're in the presence of that person, therefore you get honor also, and therefore that's this part of the Chavila. They don't get any honor when there's no Kohen over there. And also, that's why Ezra was able to massacre and Levium. They did something wrong, they lose it, and who gets it? The Kohanim get it. It's not that they give it to Yisrael. The Kohanim get it because the Levium only got it because they're honored by being in the presence of Kohanim or being from the same family as Kohanim. Hope you enjoyed today's shir. See you in the next one.